Hello and welcome to your power practice. Today we will be targeting the hips in all directions. So when you're ready, you can meet me in a child's pose position. You'll bring your knees as wide as your mat. Send your back toes to touch. Push your hips towards your heels and reach your arms forwards. And perhaps even think about turning your palms upwards. You can allow your back body, that big plot of land, to just fall in towards your front body. And then let that real estate, the front body, be cradled by the thighs. And just let go of this need to intellectualize or internalize or analyze. And instead, let's just stay in this sea of the observer, observing the breath. Take a slow breath in and fill yourself up. And then a full breath out. Now let's do that again. Breathe. Breathe out. Begin to turn your hands around, and then with your next breath in, round your spine all the way forwards and really get into this shape. So push the hands down, lift through the back of the heart, and then start to move in the opposite direction. Lower the belly, lift the chest. Now make this cat-cow a little bit more fluid. So you'll push your hips to your heels in child's pose, and then as we breathe in, we'll round the back all the way forwards, enjoying that undulation. As you exhale, find the articulation into a happy cow, but then send the hips back to the heels, child's pose. So you're almost waving the body, breathing in and rolling forwards. And then as you breathe out, you empty the lungs, you lift the chest, but then you nuzzle the hips all the way back towards the heels. Beautiful. Breathe in. Round. Breathe out and arch. Hips all the way to the heels. Now let's move on. So as you breathe in, you'll round your back all the way forwards. As you breathe out, curl your toes under and send your hips up and back into downward facing dog. We're going to continue those spinal rolls. So lift up your heels, come onto your tippy toes, bend your knees. And as you breathe in, round your back all the way forwards into a high plank position. And those same principles apply. So spreading the shoulders, keeping the navel in. And then arch the back as if you're in a cow pose, but bend your knees to send your hips up and back into down dog. Now soften the thinking and just allow the body to move forwards, high plank. Bend the knees, arch the spine, push the hips back and up, down dog. Let's do that again. Breathing in, coming all the way forwards. Breathing out, moving everything backwards. So good. Now let's move on. You'll roll yourself forwards into a high plank, but for the vinyasa today, lower your knees, lift your chest so you come into that cow spine, but now lower your chest in between your hands and ripple your pelvis forwards. Snake the spine into a high cobra. Curl your toes under and then let's unfurl, uncurl into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, you'll round the back forwards again, breathing in, lower the knees, lift the chest, breathing out, then drop the chest in between the hands. Push the pelvis under, let that facilitation roll the spine into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So nice. Let's go for one more. Bring yourself forwards. Drop the knees, lift the spine. This is our vinyasa today. Lower the chest. Tuck the tailbone under, roll into high cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So nice. From downward facing dog, you'll begin to pitter-patter your feet forwards like you're stepping your toes in some puddles. Now bring your feet as wide as your mat. Turn your toes out. Let your hips drop down. Lift your chest up. Bring your hands to your heart center and then wrap the arms to the inner seams of the legs. Push the legs into the arms back into the legs. Lift through the crown of the head. Take a breath in and then a slow breath out. Now release the hands, send the hips up, drop your head down, reset your toes so they are now facing forwards. Grab for your ankles and draw yourself down a little closer. Pull in, breathe out. Release the hands and then start to recalibrate your spine into halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Back line like a pillar. Arms circle and swim upwards. Now as you exhale, bring the hands to prayer position and draw the knuckles of the thumbs towards your sternum. Place one hand to belly, one hand to heart. Take a moment to come back to your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now with grounded feet, start to extend your arms out and up. Inhale. As you exhale, waterfall yourself down over your legs. Back body comes into halfway lift. Breathe in. Set yourself up in a downward facing dog position. Breathe out. Roll it forwards. We just set this up. Drop your knees, lift your chest, come into cow pose. And then lower the chest down, ripple the hips forwards. Find high cobra or upward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe out. Your right leg is going to swim back. Now bend the knee and send the right foot to the outside of the right wrist using your oblique muscle. Now from here, we'll bend the elbows, dip the head down, lift up the chest. We find this slinky jaguar shape. Now push your hips back and fold into all of that space that you just created, a variation of pyramid. Let's mobilize between those two shapes. So bend the knee, lift the chest, jaguar. Exhale, push the hips back, pyramid. Again, breathe in, bend the knee, go nice and low. Breathing out, take up space, enjoy the length. Now from your pyramid, you'll step your left foot in slightly, spin the left heel down, reach your right arm forwards and upwards. We'll come into Trikonasana. Now, if you want to modify this shape, bring the right hand to the right shin. If you wish to amplify it, take the peace fingers of the right hand around the big right toe. Twist yourself open, lengthen through the sides of the body, and then lift up your body to reverse Trikonasana. Keep both legs straight. I want you to press through the ball of the right foot, and then find space through the right side of your waist. Now this right hand is going to track all the way past your left toes. You're going to go on a big circular journey. So take a look. Big motion as the hand comes to the inside of the right foot. Now the left arm will continue that sweeping circle, send it forwards and upwards, and we arrive in side angle shape. Pushing elbow into knee, knee into elbow, externally rotating the hip, rolling the right shoulder away from the earlobe, pulling that left hip socket back. Now take your hands down to the inside of the foot, pivot onto the ball of the left foot and step into down dog. Roll yourself forwards, breathe in. Lower the knees, the chest, the chin, breathe out. Inhale, pelvis tucks under, you ripple and roll and wave into a high cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog position. Now begin to send your left leg all the way back. Breathe in. Bend the knee. Utilize your core, your glute, to step the left foot to the outside of the wrist. And then let's open the hip flexors, bend the elbows, lift the chest, jaguar shape. Push your hips back forward into that space. We feel and tap tune into the hamstrings. Okay, let's move with the breath, with fluidity and grace. Bend the elbows, lift the chest, jaguar, breathe in. Exhale, fold the chest all the way forwards as you lengthen out your hamstrings, pyramid. Again, find that tempo, that texture, breathing in, breathing out. Now step your right foot in slightly, a little toe heel. Drop the heel. Reach your right arm forwards and upwards. Again, if you need to regress, bring left hand to left shin. If you want to progress, take the peace fingers of the left hand around the big toe. Pull that right arm up like someone's lifting you up, and then lengthen the left side of your body. And then go ahead and just lift yourself up. Place the right hand to the right thigh, let it stroke it. Sweep your left arm up and over so you feel this beautiful diagonal stretch through the left side. Now your left hand's going to go on that big journey over to the right and then all the way to the inside of the left foot. Bend the left knee, reach your right arm forwards and upwards, side ankle pose. Pushing the foot in towards the floor, the elbow in towards the knee, the right arm up towards the sky. Breathe in, breathe out. Drop the right hand down, pivot onto the ball of the back foot, transition to downward facing dog position. From here, as you breathe in, roll your back all the way forwards. As you breathe out, lower the knees, lift the chest. And then drop the chest down in between the hands. Roll yourself all the way upwards and push yourself all the way backwards, downward facing dog. Okay, now after setting everything up nice and slow, we will flow. One breath, one movement. Here we go. As you breathe in, look forwards. As you breathe out, jump your feet forwards. Malasana pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Reset your toes. Roll all the way up. And then fold into yourself. Come to stand now. As you inhale, the arms lift up. You look up. As you exhale, you caramelize your spine all the way back down towards the ground. Halfway lift, breathe in. Take yourself into down dog, breathe out. Undulate your spine forwards, drop the knees, lift the chest. Now lower the chest, snake your body into high cobra, breathe in. Downward facing dog position, breathe out. Your right leg's gonna go back as you inhale. Step the right foot to the outside of the right wrist as you exhale. Jaguar, breathe in. Send your hips back, pyramid, breathe out. Step your left foot in slightly, drop the heel, lift your right arm, Trikonasana, breathe. As you breathe out, reverse Trikonasana and then arc your spine as you inhale. Sweep the hand past the left foot as you exhale. You go on that big circular journey into side angle. Take a breath in and lift up your left arm. As you breathe out, gather your hands down, step into downward facing dog. Ripple yourself forwards, lower yourself downwards. Lift up your torso, breathe in. Downward facing dog position, breathe out. Send your left leg back. Inhale. Step the left foot to the outside of the left wrist. Jaguar, breathe in. Pyramid, breathe out. Drop the right heel, lift your right arm, Trikonasana, breathe in. Reverse Trikonasana, breathe out. As you find yourself in reverse, you inhale, reach further. Exhale, left hand sweeps past the right foot and then all the way towards the left foot. Side angle, enjoy the rotation. Breathe in, right arm comes up, side angle. Exhale, high plank position, hands to ground, feet step back. You lower yourself. You ripple into high plank. And then you drop the knees, chest, chin. Keep the elbows in. Take it forwards into a cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog position. Alrighty, enjoy all of that activation. And let's keep the energy building. Final round, we're gonna add a little in. Look forwards and then jump your feet all the way forwards. Take a big frog hop into Malasana. Breathe in, breathe out and fold. Halfway lift, exhale, release. Sweeping all the way up, lifting up, breathe in. Exhale, drip yourself back down. Halfway lift, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. You take yourself into your high plank. Drop knees, chest, chin. Roll it forwards. Downward facing dog. The repetition creates resiliency, and the resiliency strengthens the body. Send your right leg back. Now bring the right foot all the way to the outside of the right wrist. You're going to drop your left knee down and then rotate your left foot over towards the right. Reach your left arm up. So you find yourself in this supported side angle shape. Option 1 is to stay here. Option 2 is to add in a bind where your left arm will wrap around the thigh and the right arm will come up and over. Your hands will interlace. Pull the shoulder blades back so you deeply open the hips and you deeply open your shoulders. Now release that, realign your position, bring the knee up off the ground and then come into Jaguar, just reset, rebound. Push the hips back into pyramid and then drop the heel, Trikonasana, sweep your arm all the way up. And then let's pause in Trikonasana. Find your balance. You're going to rebend your right knee, reach your right hand forwards, and then let's find half moon position. So the same principles apply here as if you was in Trikonasana. Stacking your hips and then rotating your chest. Now see if you can float the right hand to hover from the mat. So this requires pulling in deeper from the waist. And then drop the left foot back, lift up your chest, come back into your reverse Trikonasana. Keep pressing through the foot. Sweep your hand all the way past the toes and then to the inside of the right leg. Let's find side angle position. Sweep your left arm up. Breathe in. Breathe out. We add in another bind here. So things should definitely feel more open. If you can take your bind, you might want to transition into birds of paradise position. The left foot can go forwards. We're going to embrace the wobbles. The right leg begins to extend upwards. Lift up and rotate up. And then go ahead and come all the way back down. Drop the foot, release your arms, hobble the left foot back. And then take the hands down, step yourself into down dog. From down dog, we ripple it forwards. Lower the knees, the chest, the chin. Lift up the chin and the chest. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. You are nearly there, my friend. Stay with me. I'm right there with you. Lift up your left leg. And then send the foot to the outside of the hand. Drop the right knee down and pivot the foot out. Lift up your right arm. Roll the right arm around the back, send the left arm under the thigh and try to bind the fingers. Or if you have a little bit more flexibility, take the left hand around the right wrist. Pull it on back. Breathe in. Release the shape, breathe it out. Bring the foot back in line with the knee. Pick up your knee and come into Jaguar. Pyramid as you exhale. Trikonasana, take a big rotation of your arm. And then rebend your knee. We're going to take our weight forwards, lift ourselves into half moon. Keep those strong structures from Trikonasana. And then maybe the left hand can begin to float up off the ground. You become lighter. Breathe in, she says. As you breathe out, drop the right foot all the way back. We're going to move straight into reverse Trikonasana. Straighten out the left leg, that's it. Then sweep the hand past the right foot, big circular journey into side angle. Send the right arm up. This is your last moment of playtime. Wrap the right arm around the back, the left arm under the thigh. You bind again, the shoulders should be ready for it. Send the right foot forwards, take the weight into the right foot. Transition that way. Pick up your left knee and maybe extend through the left hamstring. You look like a contortionist. Take a big breath in and then a full breath out, coming on down. Release the foot, step the right leg back, take the hands under the shoulders, downward facing dog. Last vinyasa, you roll forwards, drop knees, chest, chin. Lift up the chin and the chest. Downward facing dog position. From your downward facing dog, start to drop to your shins. Sit your hips to your heels and lift up your spine. Close down your eyes. And again, let go of that need to have to intellectualize, internalize, analyze, and just stay in the sea of the observer. Observe your breath in. Follow the breath out. May you keep this calmness, this ease that you've created. May you take it from your mat and into the rest of your day. Bowing to you. Namaste.